We are going to start with phosphorus cycle. Cyclic movement of phosphorus through hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere constitute phosphorus cycle. What is hydrosphere? Hydrosphere is water present on the planet. Lithosphere is the earth crust and biosphere means the living world or the life present on the earth's surface. So this cyclic movement of phosphorus through hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere becomes phosphorus cycle. It is the main reservoir, or we can say in living world where the phosphorus is present. In living world, in biological membranes, that means we can say plasma membrane, it consists of phospholipid. In case of nucleic acids, that is DNA and RNA also, this phosphate is the main component, and in cellular energy transfer also phosphorus is present. In some of the animals, this phosphorus is required in large amount. For example, animals consisting of shells. In shell as well as in teeth, phosphorus is the main component along with calcium. In case of bones and in case of hooves of the animals, this phosphorus is present in large amount. So these are the places in the living world where the phosphorus is seen. Remember that natural reservoir of the phosphorus is rock. You can see in this diagram, here this rock is seen. Here this rock is shown, and because of the rain, this weathering of the phosphorus takes place. And once weathering of the phosphorus takes place, what do you mean by weathering? Weathering means dissolution. Because of dissolution of the phosphorus from the rocks, now this phosphorus is get deposited into the soil, and because of process of leaching, now this phosphorus is now accumulated into the water bodies, and then it is get sedimented, which results in formation of new rocks. Okay, so this is the main reservoir, that is rocks. Then you can see that the phosphate which is present in the soil is used by these green plants. From these green plants, this phosphate is now transferred to the animals. Here the shell is seen in case of snail. So by eating this green plant, this phosphorus is now transferred to the shell of the animals. When this is get decomposed, after the death of animals, we can say decomposition takes place, and whatever decomposed phosphorus is there is used by this fungi. This fungi, here the mushrooms are shown, from the soil they absorb the phosphorus and it's helpful in growing of this, we can say the decomposers. Okay, so in this way, again after the death of this decomposers, or we can say that this decomposer, they release the phosphate or the phosphorus which is present in these plantlets into this fungus, and again it is get accumulated into the soil. So this phosphorus, it moves in this way. Major component is present in the rocks. From there its weathering takes place, get mixed into the soil. Some amount get mixed into the water. Into the water it can be used for sedimentation and formation of new rocks. A small amount of phosphorus is used by the plants. From plants it is used by the animals for making shells, teeth, hooves and all. After their death, they get decomposed. Here it is used by the mushroom, that is a saprophyte, and then because of the death of the saprophytes, again it is get accumulated into the soil here. Okay, so this is the phosphorus cycle, how it is get circulated in the nature. See, some differences are there in the phosphorus cycle and carbon cycle. And these differences are, see, the carbon cycle, it inputs from the rain is higher as compared to phosphorus cycle. In case of phosphorus cycle, atmospheric inputs of phosphorus through rainfall are much smaller. And second difference is that exchange of phosphorus between organisms and environment are negligible, which is high in case of carbon. In case of carbon, their deposition is high in nature, but in case of phosphorus, it is always in short supply. And as this phosphorus in short supply, it acts as limiting factor for the plant growth. Remember this point. This phosphorus is limiting factor for a plant growth. Why it is? Because it is always in short supply, because it is not present in large amount in the earth surface. In sometimes when the fertilizers are provided to the agricultural land, and after this supply of fertilizers to the agricultural fields, and if sudden rainfall is there, then due to sudden rainfall from the agricultural fields and sometimes from the industrial effluents, phosphorus rich water get released into the water bodies. Then in water bodies, sudden growth of algae is seen. This sudden overgrowth of algae in the water bodies due to high phosphorus is called as eutrophication. Remember the term eutrophication. It is the overgrowth of algae in water bodies. So this eutrophication can be asked for 1 mark, and what are the reasons for eutrophication can also be asked for 1 mark. The cycle which is shown without labeling, as I said already, can be given in the question paper. You have to identify which cycle it is, and whatever blank spaces will be given, you have to label them. Or directly the question will be there, describe phosphorus cycle with the help of labeled diagram. So this is all about phosphorus cycle. Here we come to the end of nutrient cycle. In the next part, we are going to study about ecological succession.